Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Damn, son, that's disgusting.
What is up, everybody? This is Gary Conahan, and I'm your host for the Damn Podcast. On episode 12, we have Maddie and Shu in from Tigerhawk to talk to everybody about the record label they started in 2014 and how it's grown, the bands that they have on it, and they talk about shows in local venues that they support and they throw shows at. Stay tuned for the end of the episode because we're going to throw Monkey Song on at the end. It's a fake song that I recorded here at Dynamo Audio. Well, without further ado, here's episode 12, Tigerhawk, on the Damn Podcast.
Damn, son, isn't that enough?
Everybody, welcome to the Damn Podcast. I'm here today with Maddie and Shu from Tigerhawk Records, and I'll let them introduce themselves and explain what their day-to-day features are and functions of the actual label.
Shuey here, president of Tigerhawk Records. Mainly promoting shows, be a little bit of a liaison between the bands and the venues. Right-hand man for Maddie here.
A liaison.
That's how you pronounce it?
Yeah, it's French.
I've seen him as your right hand quite a few times.
I like to change it up. I can be a lefty. Too.
Yeah. You know, didn't want to get too much of a Jesus complex.
If you don't know who that is, that was Maddie speaking.
That was me. Yeah, I'm Maddie.
I thought that was Jesus.
Maddie Campbell, the owner of
This is Tigerhawk 2.
Yeah, Tigerhawk 2.
Podcast. The first podcast will never make the air.
that's for the John Peel sessions.
Yeah.
It's like a B-side. I was in a way that evening. Oh,
yeah, we were
boy.
both hammered.
Yeah,
maybe someday we'll put it up just for the hell of it.
Yeah, I would like to hear a clip
We could
from
edit.
that.
We could edit. Get the best and or worst of it. We talked about Faith No More for like 45 minutes or something.
And Eric's physique.
Yeah, I had I had the flu that day. So
yeah.
I didn't make it on that one.
It was just
I still
me
haven't
and
even
Gary.
heard it, actually.
Oh well,
Yeah.
I don't even know if I want to.
I haven't even opened it since.
Oh, really?
Good.
Because I knew that it was so crazy that I was like, we're going to have to redo this.
Oh my God, yeah.
Maddie, I remember I asked you the next day. I'm like, yo, how'd that podcast go? And you're like, oh, it was kind of a shit show.
Yeah, it was a shit show.
Yeah, we were both just pounding beer talking about Faith No More and stuff. And
Yeah.
We talked about, the bands on the label a little bit, but I figured
Yeah.
if we're all together, it should flow a little better. And I was hoping to get you in here for it the first time, and we couldn't get
Yeah, it
the
didn't work
schedules
out.
to
It was like a
work out.
Sunday night. It was
Yeah.
just kind of weird. But hey, we got through it. Now we're doing it now.
Indeed.
So, what made you guys What made you guys decide to start your own label?
Well, it was like I've been booking shows for a while, all locally and mostly at American Bar and Grill. Justin's generosity letting me kind of do whatever I wanted, and I got to the point where it's like, man, you gotta get the all the work and all the people, you got to get all that lined up and stuff. I'm like, why not streamline it and make it into like an umbrella where everybody can fit under and have a place to exist and feel like you're part of something, kind of like that gang mentality that our fine country was founded under.
There's definitely quite a community in the punk scene here.
Oh, most
Yeah.
definitely.
Dude, there's a ton of talent and ton of great people that are willing to help out, and why not give them a sticker to throw in their car and say, hey, you're part of something. I wasn't doing it for accolades, and then I was going on doing shows. It was Tigerhawk 2014, and I was getting bands lined up and stuff, and Shuey here, he's managing a band I play in, Midrats, getting us a lot of shows and talking to a lot of people, and I kind of had a little freak out. Me and my wife, I was like, man, I don't have any money. This is tough. I need, and I think I texted John one night. I was like, you are now the president of Tigerhawk because I can't fucking do this on my own. And he was already helping out anyway. So thank God for that. And then it just kind of morphed into that, man.
It's always easier when you have more people working together also.
Oh, shit, yeah, and he's great.
I wouldn't be able to run this studio without Rob. I mean, there's no way in hell. we need each other. Well, I need him more. I guess we need each other, but
Yeah, John, you were just kind of like you were there, and then I mean, you really stepped it up, especially with like booking shows, and even if they were shows where my band wasn't involved,
Yeah, I mean, I was with you from Akron's, and then like when you
Right.
guys wanted to start up Midrats, like I was there for like when you were trying out bassist. Omar came in, and then I felt like I was like the just the guy hanging out, but you guys like pretty much gave me the go ahead to like, why don't you run the social media? Why don't you take photos? Like, why don't you help out as much as you can? Because you're gonna be here anyway.
Well, you're definitely a member of that band, but the crazy thing is that we couldn't function without you. The label couldn't function without you. If you want to call it like a label, it's definitely a thing. But
Definitely promoting local artists in the scene.
absolutely,
That's all we're trying to do.
working with some pretty important guys in the punk scene around here. If we consider ourselves to be that umbrella, we got working with Aaron Shiflett and we did stuff when Single File was going on, and we've talked to a lot MC from Skid Row, and John.
He's always very supportive.
John, you're like you work well with these guys, and you're we're all personal friends too, which is great.
Yeah, you guys have really, you really did build quite a community. I mean, I still remember like the first show I came to when you at the A-Bag. It was because I work with Michael, and Michael, shout out to Michael Jackson.
Hey, Mikey.
And he's like, oh, we're playing at the A-Bag. I'm like, I didn't even know they had shows there,
Yeah.
So I went in there, and like they set up the bands between the bathrooms like they do today, and I knew two people in the place, like you and Mike, and that was like it. And maybe Razor, Razor was probably there, but
yeah.
Staple in the scene.
Yeah, absolutely.
and then
all the
like
shows.
and then I just went to a show the other week when you guys were in there, and I knew like 80% of the people in there. It's a really accepting group of guys. It's really cool. Like everybody's really nice.
We're always willing to work, but we're also not afraid of being like, you can't do that. Like, don't fucking do that. It's not just making us look bad. It's making everybody look bad. Like, we don't give a shit if,
all in this together.
Tigerhawk gets, run up the flagpole and they're like, oh, let's piss on that one. But no, like there's definitely like a code of honor.
Yeah, you have to hold yourself to a certain standard to be at those shows. If you're gonna be a dick, they're just gonna kick you out.
You will get systematically removed.
unless your name's
Yeah.
Wyatt,
Wyatt can do
gets away with
whatever
whatever
the
he
fuck
wants.
he wants.
I'll pick him up 10
Surprisingly,
times
he
off the floor. He can slip and slide through the fucking Narragansett.
That's
it's
because
cool.
he is the sweetest, most handsomest little child I know.
I remember one of the last times that he was there at a show, and he was pretty tipsy, and like someone knocked him down, and like he just continued to lay there, and like I'm like trying to
Yeah,
pick him up.
right.
He's like, "No, dude,
I'm good.
I'm just soaking up all the beer off the floor. I'm helping out, man."
Body shots, free body shots.
They're actually playing tonight, aren't they, with Fozzy?
Oh, is that tonight?
Is that
Yeah,
tonight? Well,
I think it is
shit. What
tonight.
kind of fucking Tigerhawk
Yeah,
guy
what
am
are we
I? I
doing
didn't
here?
even know that happened. Yeah. I guess they are.
It's
Yeah.
cool.
That might actually be sold out because I mean,
That's
Fozzie's
surprising.
got like a pro wrestler guy singing for him.
Yeah,
or something
correct.
like that.
Yeah.
Chris Jericho,
Yeah,
I think it
that's
is.
right.
Yeah.
Is it Chris Jericho?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah. It's totally like 105.7, the X Rocks
Fucking
kind of
A.
riffage,
Yeah.
like
Go Metal Wolf, man.
butt rock.
So yeah, brace yourself for photos of them with Chris Jericho, maybe.
Well, they fit right in there. Butt rock, yeah.
I had a
Butt
great
chug.
photo with Chrissy, the bassist from Metal Wolf at Skid Row
B.
Garage.
Oh yeah, that was great.
He's the man. He had the idea to bring a beer bong on stage, and I got the honor to pour it for him.
I seen it. I saw the pictures.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember the next morning he's like, "All right, no more beer bongs." I'm
Yeah.
like,
Dumbass punched a wall too.
That,
He was like,
that's
"Oh,
not.
I gotta
fact.
cut
that's
onions."
Not true. Like you wait for a special occasion. It's gonna be like someone's birthday or something. He's like, "All right, you're right. You're right."
It's like prom night.
It's like a challenge. You
I think
know?
he did 2 on stage and then 1 like after their set.
Well, because 2 beer bongs isn't enough. You need to do 3.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a rule of three.
Then you're good.
You know, I quote the late great band Sack. You know, give me one good reason why I shouldn't do a keg stand. One good reason.
I can't think of any.
Yeah.
I'm at a loss for words.
How long has Tigerhawk been around now? I heard you throw out a 2014 reference.
2014.
Like 3 years.
Yep. We
Seems like longer than that.
well, I mean, I've been doing shows.
Yeah, you've been
and-
doing it. It just hasn't been a collective until just,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not to put too fine a point on it, but it really always kind of was a thing. And then I was watching an episode of Walker Texas Ranger, and Chuck Norris was fucking like chasing after some dude, and he was riding like a jet ski, and the name of the jet ski was a Tigerhawk. And I'm like, dude, that's it. That's really badass,
Cool.
Two badass animals.
Fuck yeah, man.
Yes, a tiger and a hawk.
You would not want to fuck with either.
Or Chuck Norris.
Or together.
man.
Yeah, or Chuck. All three. I
All
mean,
three badass animals.
It's like, what was that, like Beastmaster, where he had a hawk and he had like a panther or whatever the hell it was?
Like, who has a panther?
I guess
Chuck.
the Beastmaster.
That's great.
How many bands does Tigerhawk currently represent?
Good one.
Well, geez. Yeah.
Get your abacus out, because I'm sure it's going to be a pretty decent number.
I mean, yeah, booking.
Count Akrons and that.
Well,
Sure,
there's
yeah.
I guess there's bands that are
Akron's
actually on the
fake,
label and bands that are
Metal
loosely
Wolf.
affiliated.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I think anyone who Shuey books or whatever is part of the production.
Yeah.
We've put out CDs and digital from War Orphans and Edgewood, one Midrats record, some of the Akron's digital stuff, and some of the stuff we're going to be putting out like as a backlog, like some B-sides and other stuff. But our label's going to be on the Metal Wolf release whenever that fucking happens. And
So far, the tracks, it sounds awesome.
yeah,
man.
it's great. It's great. It's really good. It's just getting old. Like it's getting dated now.
Yeah.
They gotta,
The shelf life, it needs to
yeah.
get sold.
And I'm on the rest of the bat, and I understand, because like I keep saying to John, saying to Shuey, I was like, we don't have any money. We have no money. We don't take any money for any shows or any.
This is all for the labor of the love.
Yeah. We don't skim anything off the top. We've never done like a benefit. We put out a comp with a bunch of bands that our friends' bands just had on it. I was giving them away,
Yeah, those first, what was it? I think we only did 2 of those compilations. Mm-hmm. Where it's just a pretty eclectic group of local artists. Like, it's not even necessarily punk rock.
Yeah, we just kind of we wanted to kind of stress the fact that we have this thing, and who wants to be part of it, and nobody got compensated for it. I know
Other
we
than
sure didn't.
exposure
So
for them.
yeah, and putting something on the map with a name. I think that was our goal. But yeah, so it's Metal Wolf, the Elfline and Heathen Troubadours. They're gonna do a 7-inch ahead of their full length. They're gonna slap the logo on it just for vehicle and keep it all kosher. Great band from up Harrisburg way, sort of.
And Alex
Beisker plays
Bicycle
drums.
plays drums in it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Alex from Metal Wolf. And my good friend Elf Lion from he was in the Butchers.
Oh, Dusty.
Yeah,
Back in the day, Dusty Booze.
Me and Elf Lion go way back, and it's nice to work with him in that level. It gives us a real good excuse to
Shout out to Dusty Booze
Dusty
if you're listening
Booze,
from
Dusty.
Atlanta or wherever you're
Atlanta,
at now.
yeah, he's down hot Atlanta. Yep, playing with the Pits.
The Sheep
once in a
Song,
while.
baby.
Is he
you
doing,
guys don't know about the Sheep Song. We wrote that before the pitch.
Shit.
Is he like a DJing or something down there?
I don't know
Oh,
what
okay.
Dusty's
You know,
doing,
we
man.
actually we started a band with him.
With Dusty.
We started
him
to.
and Jeff. Was it
Well,
Jeff?
yeah, before the pit started, we were jamming with in the early sessions
with
with Jeff
Morbid.
and Yeah.
Well, you know, me and Morbid and Mike Jackson had
Yeah, the
Square Brothers. Yeah.
No, I had that album. I loved it. It's real.
Yeah,
was
we
really
wrote a
good.
song
We had
called
two
the Sheep
albums,
Song.
actually.
Oh, there was two of them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I had the one.
The Sheep song.
Yeah, I
Oh,
wish I had a
Lord.
recording of it still.
That
Yeah, it
doesn't
was
sound. That
ridiculous.
doesn't sound like it's going to be. I don't know. I mean,
Come on, man. We were, look at all the people that were involved in it. You know, it had
Well,
to at
I
least
can,
be
I can see it. Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
catchy.
it was making fun of a guy that the one guy worked with and that we went to school with, because I guess they worked together and he used to give him shit.
Well, that's not nice.
And yeah, we weren't very nice back then. We're not that nice now.
Fuck
But,
you, Maddie. Fuck
But
you,
at
John.
the time, well, you know, it was just it was the first time we'd ever been threatened to be sued. I can
Oh,
tell you that.
jeez. Okay.
Yeah, like the song never saw the light of day. I mean, we just made practice recordings of it, but the guy caught wind of it and threatened to sue us, so that was
Oh,
funny.
jeez.
Yeah, Dusty on the drums.
Yep.
That was awesome.
Yeah, Gary, I was actually playing the bass on that song. I was playing like a right-handed bass upside down, and I just made up a little
Nice.
Was
ditty.
Jeff singing it or what?
No. Skippy was singing.
Oh, Skippy.
This was before Jeff was in
Oh
the picture.
shit.
Wow.
Yeah, that was
a long
that was
time
yeah
ago.
that was actually pre Jeff,
98, 97.
something like that. Yeah, I
Wow.
think-
We're old. Mm-hmm. As fuck.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, like and then we tried to start another thing with Jeff and this dude who had like a hook on his hand. Like he didn't have a hook, but he wrapped like a chain around his wrist that had like a hook on it.
Wow.
And he was like, you know, yeah.
I'm sure all the hook people in America are like, fuck that guy. He's
Yeah.
a faker.
Yeah.
And he was the guy was really weird. He was just like reading like Dr. Seuss books into the microphone because he thought he was going to be a singer. And I want to say Jeff had like 4 or 5 different eyebrow piercings at the time.
No
And that
wonder
crazy
Jeff
mohawk.
knew him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still in contact with Jeff like almost every week. We still
That's
keep in
cool.
contact.
Yeah, Dusty was like the first person I ever saw with his eyebrow pierced.
Yeah, that's
It
true.
was way before it was fashionable.
Yeah.
Dude, I had one too. That was
Yeah.
a long time
Yeah.
ago.
I think Gary had one.
Yeah, I did. But I had it when it was trendy new metal.
Yeah.
Like Papa Roach shit.
Oh, jeez.
I was like, cut my life into pieces. I'm like, yes, I'm wearing black baggy pants. And I got a caffeine shirt on. I bought it at the mall.
Hot topic.
Specifically Hot
Yeah,
Topic.
You-
Yeah,
what
we're
was that?
really trying to break-
Jinkos, baby.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Stovepipes.
All right, we got way off base there.
We're actually trying to
So,
get into that hot topic.
2014.
We like that model.
Yeah.
No.
So 2014.
Yeah.
You could get Joel to make vests for him. Sell them.
Oh, there we go.
Actually, you
for
should
it.
make custom vests for AYP or something.
Yeah, we should do like back patches.
I just run the cash register down there
Yeah.
once in a while. That's it. I don't get involved in that. That's an old
All that
guy punk
malarkey.
rock. Yeah, no. Love you guys. Love you, Jeff and Andrea. Thanks for the work, John. You guys are awesome. Okay, no more digression on that. Yeah.
I digress.
Yeah.
What
A lot.
so what can a band expect from Tigerhawk that would work with you?
Shows,
Obviously,
promotion.
beer.
all good, very good things.
Brotherhood.
I think a lot of the promotion's lost nowadays because everybody just goes online and posts a status, and it's like, you know, that's awesome that you just shared that status, but
What-
who's seen it? You don't
It's like
know.
I made a Facebook post. What more do you want from me?
Go out to
Yeah.
go out to shows, be seen in the scene.
Chewy, you're way on top of that, man.
Yeah, I still do it old school style. Like I print out flyers and drop them off at businesses, drop them off at venues. I mean,
Nice.
other than social media.
I
Well,
think
yeah, you still. I mean, it's a necessary evil, but I feel like people rely too much on thinking that if they make an invite with their 5,000 friends, that
Yeah.
it's going to turn into a.
I've totally been
big
guilty,
show, and it
guilty
doesn't.
of that. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
I mean, it's good to get the word out, but at the same time, it's not the same as physically interacting with someone and be like, "Hey, I got a show coming up. It's going to be cool as fuck. You should come out."
yeah,
Because that's how we used to have to do it back before MySpace days, you know, when it was like
Exactly.
standing outside a show, handing out mini flyers, cutting pages
Exactly.
into quarters,
Well,
you know.
Oh yeah.
being involved with the label or being involved with Tigerhawk, you know, we have 2 graphic designers on staff, Steve Stuff and Brian Bowman. They both do
If
a
you
lot
saw
of
my
stuff.
podcast logo,
Yeah.
you've seen their work. So they're amazing.
So if they want show flyers done, whatever, you know, John books the show or Shuey books the show, whether it's Tigerhawk bands or, you know, it's a Midrats show or a fake show or whatever, like Steve Brian will do the artwork, illustrate the flyer.
And Steve did
yeah.
all the like graphic design.
Yeah, he'll do
all the professional looking stuff.
And they have drastically different styles, which is cool.
Right.
You can get a little bit of little this, a little that.
I'm going to go ahead and flip the question now.
Sure.
What do you expect from the bands that are on Tigerhawk or that work with you?
Hugs.
Beer.
Well, I mean, obviously you have to be realistic. Some bands just aren't cut out for it.
Like if you're involved, I think you gotta be proud of what you're doing, and you gotta make sure that that the market is available for what you're trying to do. So don't take every fucking show that comes your way, because that'll end up being like, you can get some bad exposure, oversaturating or playing over and over and over at the same spot when you don't have you can't change up your set list or whatever. And look, every band is guilty of wanting the best intentions of saturation, but it's like, oh my God, that shirt is too red. That's too much fucking hot pink. It's like, hot pink's great, but oh God, that's way too much.
An eyesore.
Yeah. So I guess we expect, like a level of respect, and respect the scene, and don't be a fool. Don't be like, hey, I'm on Tigerhawk and you're not, and like, we can do whatever we want. We can go to a bar and drink for free and stuff like that. Like, cause we don't have money,
that much clout in this town.
Yeah, we don't have that much fucking clout. No. Be humble. Be proud of what you do. We'll back you up. We'll put you on a shoe. You'll book you on a great show.
It's a good place to be too.
Yeah.
I mean, you definitely. It's going to be helpful to any band that's starting out.
Sure.
And all your shows are well attended. I mean, we go to a bunch of them.
Yeah,
it's right around the corner from the studio.
We really appreciate that.
You can see Mid-Rats every month, once a month, and it's still going to be packed every time you go.
Of course.
It doesn't matter if they can oversaturate and get away with it a little. And it's never not packed, and it's always a good time.
This is true.
A lot of times, Shuey will be booking a show and to give a band who's just starting out a shot to play with some heavier hitters like Old Tigers or Mid-Rats or something, and there'll be people there.
Is the Old Tiger stuff done yet?
No, I've heard some
clips.
It's pretty good. It's I think all the vocals are done.
There's a great band from York. They're called Human Collateral. They hopped on
these guys are great.
The show with Mid-Rats and Posers.
The A-Bag show.
Yeah.
That
was the first time that.
Yeah, Posers were crazy.
That was their second time there. They loved it. Every out-of-town band that comes there, like, they just fall in love with the place.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's great.
We had said something to Posers about trying to get them on the podcast next time they're in town.
Oh yeah,
but we'll see what happens with that.
They're a big deal, man. They're playing punk rock bowling, big stage.
I saw that they're doing that Lifetime show. That fest thing. It's 2 days.
Yeah, Big Way's gonna be on that. This band, Hot Blood. Got them a show.
Ravengers gonna be there.
Ravengers.
Yeah.
Good boys.
No Effects is headlining.
Yeah, friend of mine's really crazy into Lifetime. That's why I remember.
I love
Never
Lifetime. Lifetime's awesome.
Sounds fucked up.
My buddy Bill, he was actually at the show with us when we came in over the weekend.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
he went to he flew to California to see Lifetime, like when they like briefly reunited for a while. Yeah, and they're like, oh man, they're only playing West Coast shows. Or like him and his buddy were like, screw it, let's fly to LA and see him play there. Yeah. So they did. I mean, they loved it. It was cool.
I mean, Maddie, you're gonna be there for all 3 days.
I'll be there for all 3 days. Since I work for AYP, I'm on their bowling team. So
Nice.
I'll be there. We got my wife and I. We'll be hanging out there and bowling and going to all the shows and just kicking it.
Shout out to Maddie's wife.
Kim Campbell. Yeah, she actually
should be a fun adventure.
She's our she helps a lot with like it's kind of like managing the business and kind of like she's going to school for paralegal work, so she knows the law pretty well. So if we ever run into any of that bullshit, Kimmy's always there.
Awesome.
That's good.
She keeps us in line too.
Oh,
when we get a little too.
There's that.
Too many PBRs.
Speaking of which, you wanna nest me with one of those guys? Gotta have a beer.
Certainly, sir. Right around my famous booze bag.
Yeah. I said bring the booze bag. He's like,
it.
duh.
So does
Indeed.
Tigerhawk have any new band signings or albums being released in the near future?
It's funny you should ask me that.
You're in one of them.
Now, shameless self promotion. Yeah, band I'm in, Fake, which Shuey, we're more than happy to have you do any level of anything you want to do with that band too. It goes without saying. I think I told you that before, but if not, here it is right here. But
You heard it here first.
yeah, we actually recorded with our hosts here, Gary and Rob.
Yep, that's me.
Fuck, it sounds really good. We
Yeah,
came
I heard
up.
a
I
couple
was
of them
sick
sound
as
great.
shit that day,
Yeah.
and it was like this weird, warm, thunderstormy day in the end of February.
It was like
crazy.
I think it was like the Jordan flu. You
Yeah,
just kinda,
it was
you,
like-
you killed it. Everybody killed it that day. I mean,
Yeah,
you
that
guys-
was some musicianship.
Yeah, everything was like 2 takes. We're done.
I was very impressed.
Yeah, we're real excited to put that record out. I'm sure we can dive into Fake more when you have all of us on. Cause,
Yeah, I definitely would like to get you guys on in the very, very near future.
Yeah, that's totally. It's in the cards. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
all good for it. We'll just burn a band practice some night and come up
Yeah.
here instead.
Nice.
Cool.
Anything else going on?
Shows, John.
Well, I guess
What do we have coming
You
up?
have well, you booked that. What you booked a Hot Blood show, right? Or is-
Well, I brought them up because they were playing Punk Rock Bowling. I'm wearing a Hot Blood
okay.
shirt.
I thought you booked or Scarborough. You booked a Scarborough show.
Yeah.
Okay, 'cause they're going to be on the podcast, or they were on the podcast.
Yeah, they're
It
actually
didn't
going
air
to be
yet.
up this next coming week, I believe.
Okay.
Because I have to finish editing it, so I think they'll be the next one.
Yeah, I was real excited to hear that
They,
because
they were great. Like, it was
Yeah.
cool and calculated. Like, they had their shit together with their answers, and you could tell
They're
that
pros.
they were
Yeah.
all business.
yeah.
But yeah,
They're-
they were
they're awesome.
fun. Like,
And the new album is
oh,
killer.
it's so good.
It's really, really
There's,
good.
there's not
And
one
where they
bad song
recorded
on
it at was like, it gave me the biggest hard on because I'm a huge fan of that studio.
Where
At
was it?
Studio G in Brooklyn.
Oh, okay.
Well, there's this band called Highly Suspect that's pretty big. They
Yeah.
record with Joel Hamilton, the guy that owns it.
Yeah.
So the guy, John, actually was
Yeah, the
an
bass
intern for the Highly Suspect's first album, which I love.
Oh, wow.
yeah, you actually
Yeah,
worked
he
on
actually
the
worked
record,
on the
yeah.
damn record. I use it to reference my mixes.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's
it's cool.
awesome.
Yeah, so I was like,
awesome.
automatically fell in love with him.
Yeah, it was
But
pretty
I'm just
cool.
like, I want to ask you so many questions, but I can't right now because we don't have time.
Yeah, I guess they
Save
only,
those
they only
for
had like an
afterwards.
hour when they got here until when they were.
Oh, I'm
supposed
sorry,
to
it
go
was
on.
Jack, right? I said
Yeah,
John.
Jack.
Yeah.
All right.
I was going to correct you.
My
but I don't wanna-
apologies, Jack. I meet so many people.
Yeah,
It's
they were great.
nuts.
They were great though. Yeah,
Yeah, they were awesome. They were great live too.
Oh yeah.
They definitely bring it, and they're a lot of fun to watch. They are consummate professionals, but when you're playing that kind of music, that borderlines, like that Fat Record sound or whatever, it's an honor for those guys to say, "Hey, it was great. You guys in Midrats are really good." Like, I know that with John booking, like he'd be like, "Oh, I can get Midrats in Scarborough together or Midrats in Hot Blood together," and it's like. Posers, or I guess MC did
Yeah,
most
well,
of that.
Midras
but-
played a show with Scarborough and Fat Heaven, who
Oh, right.
Jack and
Yeah, Fat
Caleb.
Heaven's their other
Yeah,
band.
yeah, they were telling us
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, that was a killer show.
And now we're all super respectful of each other's bands. And once again, there's Tigerhawk at work. John did working his magic.
You know they when
Dude,
they were
she ripped so hard on drums.
Oh my God, she's
when they
awesome.
were when they were here, one of their bandmates in Fat Heaven actually got a hold of them and April Fool's pranked them and said that there was there
big
was like
show?
like a secret show with some band that they loved. I don't remember who it was,
Oh.
but, and they were like, "Oh my God, we like this is awful. We have to play here tonight." And
Oh,
they're like,
It was April 1st
Nice.
too, wasn't
yeah,
it?
it turns out it was
Oh,
a
that's
prank,
funny.
but it was like,
Yeah, that
That's
was-
really
but they were
cool.
like freaking out. They were just like,
Oh, right. I
We
lose
saw
track of
Travis.
like all these awesome bands that John gets that Midrats gets to play with. It's like I'm totally along for the ride with that stuff, and like all of a sudden it's like I'll get a Facebook request from some dude, and I'm like, who's that? Oh, like, oh shit, that's the guitar player from whoever. I'm
Yeah.
like, awesome. Okay, there you go. Thanks, Shuey.
Yeah, between you, Shuey, and Justin, I've been like pretty fortunate to get a lot of cool bands in here, and I appreciate. It's nice because bands come in from out of town, They can do a podcast in a half hour, an hour, get in and out.
Well,
It's just more promotions.
Your studio and your recording and whatnot. That's, as far as I'm concerned, as far as we're concerned, that's Tigerhawk territory. So we will
prime area.
get guys. You're right in the heart of what's going on.
Especially being this close to A-Bag's nice, too.
And our-
because
yeah,
it's
I
literally
hopped in.
walls.
I hopped in Maddie's car and we had a minute conversation, and then he just pulled in. I'm like, oh,
we're
I didn't
here.
know it was this close.
Yeah.
Oh,
Could have
yeah.
walked here.
When we came to the show the last 2 shows we came to, we walked from here over there actually. So
Yeah, I also, when we were in the parking lot, I brought up Single File, which
Oh,
was
yeah, it's right over there.
Which it's sad it's not there, but
That comes up. It comes up all the time.
yeah.
One of
Brandon's
these-
doing
Brandon needs to
bigger
get-
and better things.
Yeah.
I
now.
need to get him on
Teenage
here.
crime
We've
wave.
been talking about
Yeah.
it since I started the podcast. He was one of the first people I reached out to.
Yeah.
And we just have not been able to sync up because he's so busy between his band, Split, and everything else. He's
is it Plain and Spill?
or Spill.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
holy
they
shit.
they
Edit.
tour quite a bit, and then
Spill.
doing Teenage Crime Wave.
Yeah,
is
the
little-
new story.
yeah, Split was the other band we
Yeah,
actually had
Split
on
was the
here.
other band.
We
That's Willie Blaze's band.
we worked with Brandon when during Single File, and we played there quite a bit. John put on shows there. We did some really, had some cool bands there that, bands that were just up and coming. We had War Orphans there, and I put out their little CD, and they were, they're these.
We were there
little-
for the
little
Trash
dudes.
Can on the Head show.
Yeah, I
Seeing
stopped playing
Snakes.
drums that
Yeah.
show.
I
was
took
like,
the video of that.
I was
you
so
actually-
mad.
Yeah, you actually broke your snare drum at that show.
Yeah, I did. I have it hanging above my drum kit back at the practice spot. I have the
Yeah.
date on it where I
Boys will be
stepped
boys.
on my drum
Yeah,
kit.
we drank a whole 12-pack of She Monster that night.
Oh,
Yeah.
son of a bitch!
Yeah,
I think we gave 2 of them away, but
that was
yeah,
the first time I ever
quick.
met Justin, I believe.
Yeah,
That's-
that's
I'd
because
never
get in
actually-
the van. Played.
Oh, right,
Yeah,
get in the van. Yeah.
It was
Get in
the
the van,
Seeing
Seeing
Snakes,
Snakes,
and you guys.
Yeah,
War
Seeing
Orphans.
Snakes. I've been in
Another
talks with
great-
them about getting them on here.
Oh, they would.
We've
They
They
would.
gotta
been-
be in town,
They
you know.
want to do
Their
it.
favorite,
dudes.
their favorite place to play is Justin's Bar at ABG. We love having them up. And actually, when Fake was talking about doing a CD release, and of course we'll do it at A-Bag sometime this
Yeah,
summer
why
or whatever.
not?
We're gonna have Seeing Snakes come up.
Oh,
So,
Yeah,
that's cool.
Well,
yeah,
that
we
could work.
consider Seeing Snakes like extended family.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They're like
our
so
Philly
cool.
brothers, 'cause
Yeah, we were
they love the
bullshitting
scene
with
here.
them after they were
At that
done.
show, we talked to them for like an hour after
Uh-huh.
everything was over. And we've been like every couple weeks, like, yeah, we still want to come up.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. And
I call their drummer Brian my Philly Billy because he plays like Bill Stevenson from Descendants or all. I always call him, "Hey Philly Billy," and he's always like, "Ah." They come out to see us when we play, and even like if we're in Philly or
Yeah,
Baltimore.
Midrats
or-
played a what was that, the basement show.
Yeah.
in a very unsavory neighborhood.
That was
two of the
yeah.
members from.
Is
Seeing
there any
Snakes
other
came out.
kind where punk venues happen?
It was some like
true.
squatter punk house.
it
that,
wasn't in like $1 million mansion
No, it was
in the
not.
pool house.
Yeah, because I mean, the A-Bag's probably in the nicest neighborhood of any punk venue in the tri-state
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. No, this place was like a real deal, like squatter. I met guys whose names was like this guy was named Rat Dick, and somebody was named like
Hey, Rat Dick, come here.
syphilis testicles or something like that. I'm like, okay, hey, dude, hey. Well, at least they had a stove. I saw that.
Oh wow!
But that, I didn't
Moving
see
on
a
up.
refrigerator or anything.
Hey, bitch nipples, get over here.
Bitch
Rat
nipples.
Dick's looking for you.
No shit.
So what's the coolest thing that's ever happened to you guys since you started the label? Like,
John
there
was-
has to be some cool stories.
John was in my wedding.
That's true.
That was pretty cool, and he made a flyer for it.
Nice.
Like a
Nice.
wedding present.
Wedding
Yeah.
present.
I cried like a little tiny.
I didn't show that to
BB.
anyone except for you guys. Well, Hannah, my girlfriend.
Right.
Which I gotta give credit where credit is due. She thought of that.
That's a great. That was
Because like I was
amazing.
like thinking, oh, it's gotta be a special gift. Like it's Maddie and Kim. And she's like, why don't you like make a show flyer with like their wedding date and a picture? I'm like,
It's
oh my
awesome.
goodness,
So
honey, that's like
cool.
the best idea ever.
yeah.
Sometimes the best idea is like right in front of you.
Yeah.
And
It's like, why did I think of that? That's why I got her around.
I think the coolest thing that happens or happened to the label or to Tigerhawk is probably like the next big thing to come. Like we constantly topping like and the
it's
support's just undeniable. So it doesn't even have to involve.
It's like, what's your coolest moment?
Mid-rats or
This one,
anything.
every single one, the newest one.
Yeah, I guess having Holy Mess and Goddammit play with Akrons
Yeah, I was
was
gonna
pretty
say
cool.
Holy Mess. That was the first thing I thought of.
You know, because I
Big
heard that they
bands.
were a little difficult to work with, and turned out not at
Super
all.
rad dudes.
Yeah, and just real down to earth, and just like, and shortly thereafter they broke up and stuff. So
rest in peace.
yeah, but that was really cool having there,
Kick-ass
and it was a
band.
really chill turnout, until somebody fell onto the merch table. I had to fork out a little bit of money for that.
Oh,
But
that sucks.
whatever. I gave the guy a pretty good hard time, and he made up for it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've personally seen you like singing with like Scott Reynolds and stuff. You know, like, when he came in the one time, you're like up there
Oh,
singing
Scotty. Yeah.
I
Well,
also want to thank you
well.
for being the first band that I ever recorded.
with him. That's true.
Oh, right.
US Americans.
The U.S.
yeah.
Americans.
Oh, wow.
Rest
I
in
didn't know
peace.
That was the
Theo.
first thing I
That's
ever
right.
recorded in my professional career.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, man. That was when you guys had a spot at this
Yeah,
spot.
upstairs from the Chameleon.
Yeah, the upstairs from the Chameleon, and we unfortunately we lost our drummer. He's no longer with us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tragic, just
Yeah.
happened so quickly or whatever. And
Yep. Shout out to Theo.
Yeah, old
Theo,
Theo.
you're the man, Theo.
But you know, it was like sublime how stuff like that works, and then look at us now. Look at how everything has formed itself, stemming from this little Johnny Appleseed moments. You know,
Yeah.
that
Perseverance, baby.
I get emotional when I think about stuff like that because it's like, wow, this is where we really came from. You know, all of us here.
Yeah,
in this,
everything
in this
was small.
room,
Yeah,
you
we were
know?
way small time at that point. Yeah.
And you guys are brothers, and you know, me and John are really close friends, and we all work together. And it's
I
like,
consider you my brother.
yeah, well, you are my brother, my brother.
Do you mean it more like how black people mean it?
which is more meaningful.
No,
more
he started
like
calling me
white
little
people.
bro. I started calling
Yeah,
him big
it's
bro.
more like
Zoolander.
more like
Which I think is more meaningful.
more like how Americans mean it. Right?
Yeah.
Zoolander.
Yes.
Derek Zoolander.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
that didn't come from the heart.
No.
No, that wasn't. No, that's not an original. That was a
No, I
that
did
was a
not
movie
make-
reference.
Yeah, I ripped that off. So we'll wrap this up with what
Sure.
are your long-term goals for the label, and what do you guys see in the future? What do you want to do? If there anything, you can get as specific as you want, or
Definitely just to continue putting on bigger and better shows. Support the local scene and everyone that's involved.
speaking of shows, that benefit show was great.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was so awesome.
That was an awesome
I got to
lineup.
see Fake for the first time.
We
Yeah.
worked really hard on
It
getting that
actually
together.
helped me mix your album after
That's really cool.
hearing you guys live. It was like this. They just sound like they sound.
We got
and
a
that's what they sound like. It
gotta-
wasn't like you don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
got a bunch of cool bands together to do something for for Brian and Kristen and Max when they're facing some hardships during on account of Kristen's medical problems, and then it was spearheaded by some very, very generous people, and yeah,
Speaking
that
more
was
about the community right there.
that was
the punk rock community.
that could be considered, like Tigerhawk was involved, but it had wheels of its own. It just like my wife was so active on it, and like the skateboard community and the punk rock community was there, and everybody's together, and we had great weather that day, and we had a great turnout, and I know I had a really, really moving moment or two that day, and it changed my outlook on, once again, like I said, it's always the next thing coming. It changed my outlook again on this community, this punk rock, skateboarding and artistic community.
I was blown away by it. Sunday at 1:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah, you would
And
think there'd
it
be
was-
like 5 people standing there.
Tell us
kind of, like-
360's just packed with people.
And they were coming in
It was
all up
amazing.
until Jet Silver played, and
Yeah.
getting to see Jet Silver again, and getting to hang out with Joel and Shay, and so I haven't seen those guys forever, and it was just so nice to like all be there for one rock solid reason, but so many other reasons. Like this community, this punk rock artistic skateboarding community is, it's formed, our lives, and it's forged our friendship.
Yeah, there's some really
Yeah.
cool art there too with the silent auction. Like I really dug a lot of that stuff that they had in there.
I think we'd like to be involved in more
Paintings,
stuff like
collage
that,
art.
giving back to the community and keep on putting on, great local shows and stuff, and, releasing stuff. I think we're probably going to gear more towards digital stuff. But, you guys with your studio, with your podcast, working with Ben Roth, his studio, working with, MC Heiser and his venue and his band, as far as, even people hopping in a van, going out and touring together, somebody driving, somebody just roadieing from another band or whatever, we got some big freaking bands around here, like Virus and stuff like that. Like, it's a wonderful community.
The other thing I think is great is all the mature punk heads are setting like a good example of how you should convey yourself as a musician. For all these younger upcoming punk bands in the scene,
Yeah,
they get
definitely.
to see how it should be done.
You really
Yeah.
think so? I mean, I
think
agree
so.
with you. I'm
'Cause
glad that it's working.
I
then,
feel like
you know?
it's not like just a bunch of assholes breaking property and spray painting everything.
There's no
it's not like that.
There's no room for that in this kind of art. I mean, it can be punk, it can be whatever, but like there's no room. There's no room for any of that.
Yeah,
shit.
I feel like everything's different in this community. It's still punk as fuck.
It's very generational. You get the guys like Razor, the guys that have been around forever.
Yep.
And you got the young bucks that just turned 21 coming in to check the shows out, wearing their spikes and
I think-
stuff.
You got the kids trying to sneak into shows that aren't old enough.
I think there's a
to
pretty
see
good
a punk band.
a pretty good litmus test, because like if you're faced with one of the older guys in the scene, or one of the guys who has a lot of, I'm not even going to say clout, because fuck that, but
Yeah,
like a lot
it's
of like
punk rock. What's clout?
just a lot of personality. He knows a lot of people or whatever, or he or she, and then you get this little grom just trying to get in, and then you have a conversation with somebody who's younger, or with somebody who's just starting a band, and you give them encouragement, and even like, you know what, you guys need to fucking like really just like get moving, like just be like, they hand me or John or anybody in any of our bands or whatever, like something to listen to, like give me a reason why I should listen to this.
Yeah.
Like tell me like, well, we really, really want to play with Midrats. Okay, great. Let's take a listen to it.
Start
and
there.
be like, all right, well, we can't really put you on a show because you're 17 or 18, but keep at it. Really, there's a lot of room for growth, but now you're on the radar.
Yeah.
That's happened a few times recently, like the younger bands or the newer bands.
War Orphans and stuff.
Yeah, like
They're popping off though.
Yeah.
there's
well, I'm
bands
just-
like
how old are they
Punctual
now?
and Human Collateral. Like, I love it when the younger kids, they come up to you and they ask like, how was your set, or how was our set? Ask what we thought of it, and like I appreciate that they ask us for feedback.
There's
And
always
and being
space for
honest about
growth.
it is always
Yeah.
good too. You
Well,
know.
of course.
Oh yeah, you don't want to go be like, oh, that was tight or whatever. Be like, hey, you guys got attitude. You guys, like buy a fucking tuner. I mean, I
Yeah.
know it's punk, but
Putting your strings on your guitar.
not saying that Human
occasionally.
Collateral is out of tune.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that at all, because they weren't.
No.
But like, come on, like
Some
some
bands,
bands.
yeah.
you gotta have some respectable gear. You gotta look like you know what you're doing, and then do what you think you're doing.
Yeah.
It's punk.
Yeah.
But so is skateboarding. I mean, I suck at skating, but I still like doing it.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
40 years old,
Yeah.
whatever.
One of the words of encouragement I always give is like, get up there and like own it on the stage. Like
Yeah.
even if you're only playing in front of like 3 people or the band members of the other bands that are on the bill, like just put everything into it, put your heart and
Yeah,
soul
you
into
can't
it.
half-ass it just
Yeah.
because you're playing
Don't
in
be
front
in,
of 5 people.
don't be intimidated that you're playing with the bigger band though either.
Yeah.
Play to those 5 people. Don't be
Yeah, as if you're at like Shea Stadium or something.
Try to make them remember you.
Don't be little
Yeah.
baby band
Yeah,
who's
'cause-
opening for bigger awesome guy band and just play for bigger awesome guy band, because they're probably not even gonna they're not gonna judge you on like like trying to impress.
Yeah, you're just
us,
a local.
you know. Just get out there and own it and do it. Do your job. It's playing, but no, it's work. Do your
I would
job.
rather pick up 5 fans because I kicked ass at a show than play like crap in front of 40 people.
That's
and not
5 more
get
likes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you might have only got 5 people there, but those 5 people are the ones that are going to go buy your albums, come out to your next show.
Fuck yeah,
They'll be like-
dude.
and they
Just stand
remember
there 'cause they're
that
interested.
they remember that you did it for them.
It's true.
You know,
Yeah,
I've played shows for 10, 15 people before. It's not the greatest, but you go out there and you fucking throw it in their face and
have
kick
fun.
their ass.
Yeah, we played for like 5 kids at like an ice rink in New York at the Chiller, and
yeah.
we actually got emails from a couple of the kids the next day saying, "Yeah, you know, we know you, we know there was nobody there, but you guys, we could tell you were wrecked, but you guys were awesome. We had so much fun."
There
know?
you go. That's
That
what
was
makes
a
it
good.
all worth it.
That was a good day.
That's what we do it for.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Well, it was great having you guys on, John, Maddie.
Thank you, Gary and
We'll
Rob.
definitely have you guys on again at some point.
Thank you.
Yeah,
sir.
And
gotta
I
get Fake on.
stoked to get Fake in here.
You
And
got it.
Metal Wolf, you know, that'll probably be by the time they are into their 45th
Oh, that
year.
one's gonna be hilarious.
They're never gonna, if it ever
All
happens.
4 of those guys.
Yeah, if. Let's
Yeah.
say if.
We've been talking
I
to them
told
for a
Two
while.
cases
Wyatt,
be-
yeah, I told Wyatt I'll have like 2 cases of Gansett or PBR, one of each.
Chrissy will be hitting me up for
Yeah.
the beer bong.
It'll
to
be
bring.
fine.
Beisker does a lot of he does a lot of stuff for Tigerhawk too. He's really interested in the marketing aspect of it and kind of scouting out bands and venues and kind of being like my drummer away from my drum kit. You know,
Yeah.
like kind of like feeling stuff out and like. I didn't want to ever forget that, you know, Alex is very, very involved in the scene. And plus, you know, the guy can play any instrument.
Oh,
he can
yeah,
sing.
Yeah,
he can
he's
do.
very talented.
Yeah, and he is one of those younger guys that a lot of the real young guys are looking up to because he's so prolific and he's really easy to talk to.
I remember back in the 7-Day Bender days when he
Oh,
was playing
yeah.
bass and
Yeah.
singing.
That's where we got Chris Moss from.
Yep. Oh, I know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
he played that Thunderbird bass. It was like as big as him.
Well, that was whenever I found out that Chris and you started a band, I was like, I'm curious to see what's going to happen because I really love his guitar writing.
Oh, he's yeah.
So it was like, and then I heard it, I'm like, holy fuck, this is awesome. But, yeah, maybe someday we'll get Midrats in here too. I mean,
Sure would be willing to
it's up
talk
to
to you,
those
man.
guys.
I'm just a drummer.
Yeah.
Well, hey, anyway, you know, I made it through without talking about Faith No More.
Yeah, we did a good job.
Yeah, how about
Maybe
that?
someday the vault will open
Oh no!
on like something like around Halloween or something, and just we'll
April
throw like
Fools.
some B-side April Fool's shit.
Find like 3 minutes of some of the weirdest shit and just.
I was like, here's a clip from this podcast. It's
It's
like we're just sitting here like, yeah, you know what I mean? Mike Patton, he's awesome. Dan Cross,
Dead Cross.
Tomahawk,
Dave Lombardo.
yeah,
Dave Lombardo.
Phantomos.
We're doing it again. Knock it off.
All right, let's end this now before
All right.
this goes.
Peace
Say
out.
bye.
Bye.
Peace.
Peace.
Thank you so much for joining us for episode 12 of the Damn Podcast. This has been such an awesome experience having all these bands on, a lot of bands I've never met, and it's been so cool having all of you guys along for the ride. Please subscribe and like our page on Facebook. Check us out anywhere you can. Please hit that share button on Facebook as well. Any of your friends that you think might be interested in music podcasts, please send them our way. We're definitely looking for as many listeners as we can. And as this thing grows and builds, I just want to let all you know that I appreciate each and every one of you for listening, and it means the world to me that you're all here with us. I'm going to send you out with Monkey Song by Fake that we recorded right here at Dynamo Audio, so check it out. We had a blast doing it.